Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmore here on this late Saturday night. Back to you again with another video right here on the home of the Gilmore Chronicles, TGC Reborn. This is episode number 179 of the Gilmore Chronicles Reborn series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video and hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to all my other channels. Links are down below in the description box. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never, ever, ever miss an upload. And hopefully YouTube can send out my videos to you. And that's all I got to say about that. If they're not, then send them a lot of hate mail. That's all I got to say about that. And that's it. So subscribe, like the video, share the video, tap the bell to get notified of when I do my videos. And don't forget to friend me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And my Twitter link, which is down below in the description box. And that's that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this late Saturday night, September the 26th, 2020, or if you're watching now from somewhere else, it is September the 27th, 2020. Well, the weekend's here, and we got a pay-per-view coming up. So as always on this channel, you get some pay-per-view predictions and some other stuff as well thrown in. But as the title below says, on episode 179 of the Gilmore Chronicles, I'm here to give you my WWE Clash of the Champions Gold Rush predictions. Clash of the Champions comes your way tomorrow night, live on the WWE Network for that low price of $9.99. Should be a pretty good show from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida, at the Amway Center, which is going to be the home for the next, well, basically next two pay-per-views. I think right after Hell in a Cell, I think the release ends. So I don't know where the WWE is going to go after that, unless they re-signed with the Amway Center. I don't know. Because basketball season is about to end in early October, and I think they don't come back until December with a shortened season. Same thing with hockey. So, the Amway Center would be maybe needed, depending on what this fucking virus does the rest of this fall going into the winter. We just started fall on, I believe, Tuesday, so we're just about in the beginning stages of fall. The weather's starting to get a little bit nippy. Still around 80 around here. And if you live in Florida, it's like around 80 to 90 degrees still. And if you're in California, it's like 150. But no, I'm just kidding. But it's hot if you're in California and Arizona, and you're in Florida, it's still hot. So if you want to go down there, go do it. I wish I could go, but I got to work. I got to make the money that you wish you had. So. Thankfully, I don't work tomorrow. Not that I want to go in tomorrow anyway. I'd rather just stay home and enjoy my day off, and then see what happens Monday. Maybe I might have to go on Monday, and then I'm off Tuesday, and then I don't know about Wednesday yet. So I might be going in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Hopefully off Saturday, next Saturday, so I can just rest for the weekend. Have Saturday, Sunday, and then probably go back in on Monday. But we'll see. I think Monday might be my permanent spot, but not that I care. It was, I do care because I miss out on Monday Night Raw, and I get to watch just a tiny bit on my break. I usually take my break around 8. Sometimes I'll catch it at 9. I'll get caught up with it because I have the trusty old phone. Get the highlight, some of the updated results there, so I know what's going on. So I don't come on video looking like an idiot. Well, that's sometimes people say that, but it is what it is. So yeah. So let's get into the Clash of the Champions, where the one pay-per-view where every single title is on the line. Even the 24/7 title, though, it's not. We don't see it on the card, but it will be defended, probably in a filler segment, probably either on the pre-show or somewhere during the middle of the show, not near the end, hopefully. But it is what it is. I'm not really looking forward to it, except for maybe one match. That's basically it. Maybe two matches. Maybe the Randy Orton that is not in this Force taking on Drew McIntyre in the ambulance match for the WWE title. Let's see what if Randy can win the belt this time, not like he did at SummerSlam or at Payback. So the third time's a charm, I guess. We'll see what happens with that. And we got other matches on the card. All the other titles will be defended. And we'll get that. And I believe the Clash starts at 7 p.m. tomorrow. So it'll be over by like between 9 and close to 10 o'clock. Depending on how long some of the matches are. Some of the matches might last like 5 minutes. Maybe I would think the Roman Reigns Jey Uso match probably won't go past 5, maybe 10 minutes at most, depending on how Roman feels if he wants to go past 10, 15 minutes. But I think it's going to be, a short match, just because it's Roman. But he's going to beat the hell out of Jey Uso, and that's all I got. I'll get to that in a minute. So let's start the predictions, and the chat room's open if you want to chat about the Clash. You want to leave me your predictions, and we'll go on from there. And that's that. And as always, we're going to take the card from the Wikipedia page. So, and I'm going to go from pre-show up. Not there's any not a random order or anything, but it is what it is. So we start off with the pre-show, and I don't know why this is on the pre-show. Why is this on the pre-show? We got the WWE Raw Women's Championship on the line as the beautiful, sexy, hot, my first wife that gives me a lot of sex, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. You know what? I don't have to repeat it. Down there is ready. That's all I got to say about that. She takes on the number one contender, Zelina Vega, the hot Puerto Ricana from Queens, New York. Sadly, she's married to Aleister Black. Damn it. That's all I got to say about that. So anyway, this match is happening. Zelina beating Mickie James 2 weeks ago to earn the shot, and then last week she causes she gets involved in Asuka's match with I believe it was Peyton Royce, and Asuka wins by disqualification, and then Asuka tried to go after her, and then Zelina barely got out of the ring alive. So this is going to come to a head. As much as I like Zelina Vega, because she has, because she's from, my own hometown, not of Queens, but in Brooklyn. She's from my hometown, home state, really. Well, not home. Well, you know what I mean. She's from New York, so I used to live in New York. Now I live in Jersey, but it is what it is. As much as I like Zelina Vega, and I don't think she's gonna win. I really don't think she's gonna win. Asuka's gonna beat the living crap out of her. Zelina gets some offense in, but I think in the end, Asuka will lock in the Asuka lock, and Zelina will tap out. But she'll put up a pretty good fight, and all be for naught. And Asuka will retain the belt, and we'll see what happens with her on Monday Night Raw. Who her next challenger could be? It could be I don't know who it could be, because it depends on what Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler do in their women's tag team match. If they should lose, I'm just saying this is if they lose. If they lose, I would assume that Shayna Baszler will be the number one contender, or Nia. But I mean, I really don't want to see another Asuka Nia feud. So I'm thinking they're going to go Asuka Shayna Baszler, and that match will be a Hell in a Cell. and then Shayna will win, and then probably hold it all the way to WrestleMania until Becky comes back, and then or Ronda. Well, I don't know if Ronda's gonna ever come back. I still think she may make an appearance at the Royal Rumble, but who knows? I think Becky will definitely be at the Royal Rumble, maybe as a surprise entrant. Maybe she'll appear on the Raw after the Royal Rumble. But she has to be at the Rumble if she wants to win it and face Shayna Baszler to get back her Raw Women's Championship that she really never lost. She lost it because she had a baby with Seth Rollins, because Rollins forgot to pull out on two. So it's what it is. See, my pull-out game is strong, unlike Seth Rollins, but I digress. So that's what I think. I think it's going to happen. I think Shayna will be the next contender, and she'll probably beat Asuka at Hell in a Cell, and then she'll probably be on a team at Survivor Series, that women's team, to go up against SmackDown's team, going up against the NXT's team led by I would assume Io, or it could be Candice. I don't know, but we'll see what happens with that. Because it's got all three brands, in the Survivor Series match. Really should be called bragging rights, but it's a Survivor Series, so we're gonna have some old school Survivor Series type matches, which is pretty cool. Gotta go with tradition. But see what happens with that, and then again, Shayna could win, and then the next time she defends it will either be on Monday Night Raw, on a Monday Night Raw against Asuka on a special edition of Monday Night Raw, something like that. Or, Asuka has to get her rematch, so she'll probably get the rematch the night after Hell in a Cell, probably, and lose that. And she'll be probably in the mid-card somewhere. Or maybe she finds another partner and goes for the women's tag team belts. Because it can't be Kyrie. Maybe Io comes up to the main roster, and maybe, they reform the Sky. Well, I would say the Sky Pirates, but, that's Kyrie and Io. But they can form some type of team name, give them a weird Japanese name. Like Kyrie and Asuka with the Kabuki Warriors. You can name something. You can name something like the Empress and the Mistress or something like that. Whatever. But anyway, speaking of, going back to Asuka, I think Asuka's gonna win the match, pin Zelina. Make Zelina tap out, retain the title, and I think maybe on Monday Night Raw we'll probably see who our next contender is, and I think it's gonna be Shayna Baszler. Because it couldn't be anybody else. She's going to fight Natalya? No. Nobody wants to see that. She's going to fight Lana? No. Nobody wants to see that either. Because Asuka would crush... Well, in her own words, well, not in Lana's own words, crush her. Too easy. Asuka, Mandy Rose... it could be okay, but I really don't want to see it. Asuka will definitely beat Mandy Rose. And then all you got really is you can put Mia Yim and Mercedes Martinez in the equation now. So maybe one of the Retribution members, those two members, whatever their names may be. One, I think Mia Yim was supposed to be called Shatter, and I think they nixed that, thankfully. They'll probably come up with stupid names on Raw on Monday night. Stupid names for them. Just like all three members of Retribution have stupid names. Dominik Dijakovic is named T-Bar. Stupid. Dion Mann is named Mace. I don't see the point of that. And then Shane Doran, who is now Slapjack. Or, as we call him, Jason Voorhees. But, yeah. So, really stupid names. Like, when did they played Twisted Metal and they thought of this crap? Or they played, what's that game called? Max Payne, but you know, they played a video game and they thought of they took the characters from the game and they gave it to like dominate these guys. I can only imagine what Mercedes Martinez and Mia Yim's names are going to be. Probably something stupid. No wonder they're getting laughed at from the guys and the girls on the back because they have stupid names. And we still don't know who's the leader of Retribution. I still think it might be Roman, though. It could be anybody. It could be Kevin Owens. It could be Roman. It could be The Miz. People still think it's CM Punk. I highly doubt that, unless Phil has a change of heart and supposedly him and Hunter are talking again. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that, and that's all I got to say about that. So yeah, so Asuka will win the match, beat Zelina Vega, retain the Raw Championship, and we'll see what happens to her this Monday night on Monday Night Raw, who her next contender is. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. All right. Then we're going to go to the main show, and these are in no particular order. I'm going from bottom to top from the Wikipedia page. I think this probably will start the show. I don't know. Maybe the women's tag team title match might start it. I don't know. But we'll see who starts it. But I'm going to go from the bottom up as on the Wikipedia page. For the United States title, the champion Bobby Lashley, the CEO of the Hurt Business, takes on Apollo Crews, the former champion. I'm not looking forward to this match. Over the last couple of weeks, the Hurt Business, basically beating people up. Now they got Cedric Alexander in. Now he's in a thing with Ricochet. I don't give two shits about. And now the Hurt Business in a thing with Retribution. Apollo is thrown into this, and Ricochet, and I would assume Mustafa Ali, because him and Ricochet teamed up on main event. Not that I care. So they kind of throw themselves in that, and plus most of the main roster, going on both shows going after Retribution. But I think Retribution will be a mainstay on Raw now, but we'll see. So I think Retribution will probably get involved in this match somehow. I think Cedric and MVP and Shelton Benjamin will be at ringside. Apollo will probably have Ricochet, maybe Mustafa Ali at ringside. I don't know. I really don't care for Mustafa Ali. They ruined him, so. Should have been everybody thought he was the hacker, and they nixed the idea, and he comes back because that's Mustafa Ali. Stupid. And then he proceeds to get his ass handed to him by the Hurt Business. And that's all I got to say about that. So I think Retribution will get involved and make this a clusterfuck. Probably a no contest, but then again they could cost Bobby Lashley the title. And Apollo gets it back for the second time. But I just don't think that might happen. So I'm going to go with Bobby Lashley to beat Apollo Crews and continue on as the United States champion for a little bit. I do see him losing the belt. Probably got Hell in a Cell, but we'll see. Yeah, I just think Bobby's going to win. Maybe with help from Retribution. They beat up Apollo just because. Or they just, there'll be a big, humongous brawl that ends in a no contest, so we don't get a winner. And I think Retribution might cause chaos through the entire pay-per-view, but we'll see. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So Bobby Lashley will pick up the victory over Apollo Crews, retain the title, and we'll see what happens from there. And like I said, I think Retribution will probably get involved somehow. And that's that. All right, then we go to the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. We got the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, taking on the number one contenders and basically the only contenders that are there, Andrade and Angel Garza, who, We've seen this at Payback. We saw this at SummerSlam. I mean, how many more times is Angel Garza and Andrade going to get title shots and then lose? Now they don't have Zelina Vega in that corner anymore. Now they're doing it by themselves. But Zelina had enough of their bickering. And then them beating each other up. And then the next week, they're tag team partners again. And then they beat up Murphy with Seth Rollins and Murphy. And then Seth Rollins left. And then they beat up Dominic and Humberto Carrillo. That was that. And they get the shot. I really hope they pull the trigger. I mean, this is, I think, the third or fourth, fifth match. I don't know how many matches they've had. They have so many matches on Raw. And like they had one, SummerSlam and Payback. I don't know. I mean, the belts need to change because the Street Profits have held them, I think, for like 6 months at least. They need to change because the Street Profits are boring. That's all I gotta say about that. So I'm gonna go with Andrade and Angel Garza to win the belts, and maybe Zelina Vega will come to her and it's like, oh, you guys can do it without me. It's like, I want to come back. I'm sorry for yelling at you, blah, blah, blah. And Andrade and Angel like, get out of here. You're no use to us anymore. So then Zelina goes on her merry way, and we'll see. She'll probably get another client. I'm thinking if they would do it right, if Zelina does break away from Andrade and Angel, her next client should be Aleister Black, her husband. That would be something. And then maybe you can, you can start. Maybe you can play a love angle with that. Like she starts caressing him, and getting a little bit more personal. Like instead of business, it's more sexual and stuff like that. They could work something around that. We'll see what happens with that. So we'll see. But yeah, Andrade and Angel Garza will win the Raw Tag Team belts. Street Profits will get a rematch on Raw, and then the ever growing merry-go-round of no tag teams will continue on. Can't win this. Murphy and Seth, I doubt, will team up again. You'll probably get Dominic and Humberto Carrillo again. That's the only other tag team I can think of. And then when when Ivar comes back, whenever that'll be, probably won't be till maybe next year with his neck injury, which is heard more serious than what he is. So who knows what's going to happen with the Viking Raiders? That's basically three other teams, and they're not bringing anybody up from NXT because I really don't think they should, unless they're gonna boost the Undisputed Era, the entire Undisputed Era up, which I don't think is going to happen. And if it does happen, it probably won't be until after the Royal Rumble or maybe after WrestleMania. And then they'll proceed to get ruined. But I think Adam Cole will be the star still. Will probably go on his own eventually. I think Roddy, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly will just be thrown to the go down to the wood picker, I should say, and just get destroyed and buried, like Keith Lee and like what Ricochet has been and Matt Riddle. Guys from NXT that were so good in NXT, they come up to the main roster and they get shitted on and buried. It sucks. So I think whoever comes up from NXT next, whoever it may be, probably get buried too. And the only people I can see probably coming up from NXT will be Rhea Ripley, maybe EO, maybe the Undisputed Era, or maybe the Velveteen Dream. But who knows? And we'll see what happens with that. I think they should all stay in NXT for another 5 years, but we'll see. And that's that. So, yeah. So that's that for the tag team titles. Andrade and Angel Garza will pick up the victory, become new champions, and probably have a nice little reign with it. Not too long, but we'll see what happens with that. All right, then we get to the SmackDown tag team titles. We have the champions Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura taking on the Lucha Jobber Party, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado, and any combination of that. I'm thinking it's going to be Gran Metalik and Lince teaming up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Gran Metalik and Kalisto. But we'll see. The whole thing with Kalisto coming back, and them having problems, and Kalisto's trying to do all he can to help Gran Metalik, and then Lince Dorado's like, "Fuck you, I don't want your help." And like we saw last night on SmackDown, where Cesaro and Shinsuke beat the crap out of Gran Metalik. Then Cesaro gut right suplex Lince Dorado out of his boots, and then Kalisto's just standing there doing nothing. Then he comes in and Gran Metalik gets something, shows him, and then he leaves with Gran Metalik. And then Kalisto's like, "I was just trying to help." I don't know why he didn't say it in Spanish, but I guess he's going to his PWG side when it was known as Salina del Sol. Or Salina del something like that. He'll go to his PWG gimmick. That's what he's probably going to go to. And the Lucha House Party will break up. Well, they won't break up, but Kalisto will go his own way, and then Gran Metalik and Lince will continue to be in the low to mid card, still be around and sniff the tag team titles because there's really no tag teams on SmackDown besides them and Heavy Machinery and Miz Morrison, and you think the New Day, but so it's really 4 teams revolving around one belt. So we'll see what happens, but these guys have gone at it the last couple weeks. Cesaro getting a win over Lince Dorado a couple weeks ago, and then last night Shinsuke gets the win over Gran Metalik with King Sasha, and they get the win, and then they beat the crap out of him at the end of the match, and then Kalisto, the Lucha Jobber Party, have more problems with Kalisto. So I'm going to go with Cesaro and Shinsuke to retain. I really don't think the Lucha Jobber Party are going to get the titles anytime soon. They're just going to be thrust into back into catering. Kalisto go on his own, maybe go for the Intercontinental title at whoever holds it. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's all I got to say about that. So Cesaro and Shinsuke will retain. And I think the only people that can probably beat them now is Heavy Machinery, or if Xavier Woods comes back, which he's been on Talking Smack doing stuff with Caleb Braxton. Not like that, but because he's Xavier Woods, he's been on Talking Smack with Kayla, and doing interviews and stuff, and being like what R-Truth is kind of like on Talking Raw, or Raw Talk, whatever you want to call it. Just there. I don't think he's medically cleared yet. I think he has a walking boot, or with his knee injury. But we'll probably see Xavier back in action probably next year, maybe at the Royal Rumble. But I don't know. No, I don't care. So. And then when Kofi comes back from his, I think his shoulder and back injury, I don't know when Kofi's coming back, but they could go Kofi, and Xavier win back the belts for the 9th time. We'll see, and then maybe Big E does his singles run, or maybe they forget about his singles run. And just drop, his whole singles run, and we all thought like, oh, he's gonna get the Universal title. No, he's not, because they're shitting on him, and they're giving him a really stupid feud with Sheamus. And they'll probably have a match. I think Sheamus and Cesaro, Sheamus and Big E will have a match probably this week on SmackDown, or I don't know if they're gonna play it all the way up till Hell in a Cell. That's not going to be inside Hell in a Cell. If they wanted to do it in a cage, they're just doing it in a regular cage match. But I don't think they're gonna set up 2 cages. I don't even know how they're gonna build Hell in a Cell in the Thunderdome. That's gonna be interesting. How the hell are they gonna build that? Because the Thunderdome is like right here. They got the big Tron thing over here, the big scoreboard thing over here, and it's like over here, and then you have the virtual fans around this side, and the ring is like right here, and they're gonna build it like that, and they're gonna drop it down. I don't think it's gonna drop down. I don't even think anybody's gonna go to the top of the cage. Nobody's gonna do that. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, we're at the top of the Thunderdome. This is something I've never seen before." Michael Cole going completely berserk. And then somebody falls off the Thunderdome. He just dropped to his death from the Thunderdome. He is dead. Oh my goodness, he is dead. But yeah, I really don't know how they're gonna construct the Hell in a Cell inside the Thunderdome. Or even though they're even doing Hell in a Cell in the Amway Center. I would assume they are. I don't know when. I really don't know when the lease ends. I think it's supposed to be October something. What are you doing, stupid cat? I don't know what's gonna happen. I know Takeover is gonna be at Full Sail. That's obvious because they're not gonna, they got the room to put a cage in or anything I want. But they got more. I think they got more room. I don't know if they could do Hell in a Cell in the Performance Center or at Full Sail, but they probably have to bring it outside or something. Who knows? That would be something. Have Hell in a Cell outside, but they're not going to do that, and that's all I got to say about it. So yeah. So anyway, going back to the matches. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura will retain the SmackDown tag titles, and we'll see what happens with them on SmackDown this coming Friday night. And that's that. All right, then we get to the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. We got the champions Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on the Riot Squad of Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, who somehow became contenders. The whole thing with Nia and Shayna getting the belts at Payback by defeating Sasha and Bayley, and them holding it for a couple weeks now. They're still at each other's throats, but it seems now that they've actually become a tag team, even though they hate each other. Kind of like how Austin and Triple H were the two-man power trip and they hated each other, but they still found a way to win the tag team belts and the world title. And I think Triple H had the Intercontinental title during that run before he blew out his knee, blew out his quad, in that memorable match with Jericho and that guy named Benoit back in 2000 and I think it was 2001, 2002, I think. Somewhere early 2000s. I remember it too, and I watched the whole thing. And I felt bad for Hunter, and Hunter didn't come back for like a whole year. Hunter was out the whole freaking year. He comes back like right before the Royal Rumble. He wins that year's Royal Rumble, goes on to face Jericho when Jericho won the undisputed titles. It became the double title. He won the WCW title and then the WWF or WWE title. When it looked like I think it was like the undisputed belt, basically. And then he won it and then held on for it a little bit, and then I forgot who he lost it to. So yeah. So Nia and Shayna, they're semi-friends. They're going up against the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. I would not be surprised if they give the belts to Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan, and then they'll have a rematch on Raw. I really don't care for these titles. I think they should just be thrown in the garbage. Like with whoever writes Raw and with Bruce should be thrown in a dumpster fire. You know what I mean? The SmackDown ain't that better, but that's all I gotta say about that. So I would not be surprised if the Riot Squad get it, and then Nia and Shayna, they start arguing, they start beating each other up, and that leads to a match, maybe on Monday Night Raw, or they lead up all the way to Hell in a Cell, and the winner will face Asuka, probably on Raw, or won't be on. I doubt it'll be on Survivor Series. Then again, it could be at TLC, so we'll see what happens with that. So that's what I think might happen. As much as I'm gonna go with Nia and Shayna to retain, I just feel somehow that they're gonna win. I just have a feeling they'll win, and Liv and Ruby will put up a good fight, but I think it'll be there'll be Nia and Shayna will be too much, and that's all I gotta say about that. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, we got somebody in the chat, and Nick Gurr. Nice name, jack off. Says, what's my name? Your name is Stupid Idiot. That's all I gotta say, but I wish I could. Well, anyway. And I didn't curse, I didn't say anything racist. That's the guy's name. I read it the way it was read. But say I'm a racist, say I'm this and that, but I'm not. I just said it the way it looks on YouTube. See? That's how it is. So all you guys who think I'm a racist can go suck my fucking Italian cock and rotate on it. Like some of you know who you guys are. The three-headed dragon. You know who you guys are. 3 idiots sucking each other's cock. With the main one still sucking cock. I got a special video coming tomorrow about a certain someone. It's not Sean's Entertainment. Not Sean's Entertainment. Fuck him. But it's a video response to a video that my good buddy Fan of YouTube did earlier today. So I'm gonna do a response to that. I'm gonna try to get all of it on my phone, but I might just talk for like maybe 20-25 minutes. I'm not gonna talk an hour because I really don't got time to do it on my PG Rants channel. I don't have much time on StreamYard, and I gotta do Classic Champions review. I gotta do NXT Takeover review, and then I was going to do a Bound for Glory review. I don't think I'm going to do it. But not that I'm going to watch Bound for Glory. I know it's on a Saturday. And then the next day is Hell in a Cell. So probably not going to even review it. I don't know if anybody in the WC is going to even watch it. Like Joe Cronin might watch it. JD might watch it. I don't know. Some other people might watch it, like Andre Cobiol would definitely watch it because he's a TNA mark. But I digress, and that's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from there. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, so Nia and Shayna will retain over the Riot Squad. I just have a feeling they'll retain, but we'll see what happens with that. And we're gonna move along. All right, then we get to the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. We got the champion. Bayley, don't give me a hug. Taking on the number 1 contender, Nikki Cross. Now, this is a rematch from, I forgot what pay-per-view it was. A couple pay-per-views ago, where Nikki got the shot at Bayley, lost, and Bayley retained the SmackDown Women's title, which she's held just about almost 380 days. By the time SmackDown goes off the air, she'll be almost, actually not 380 days. I mean, she's close to 50 days. I think she's like about 2 weeks away from becoming a 1-year champ, and she will become a 1-year champ and go a little bit beyond, but not too long. I think her reign will end right before she hits 400. She won't do an Adam Cole and go 403 days and then lose the belt. I highly doubt that. She might get close to 400, I think, because the only person that's gonna beat her is Sasha, and I think it's gonna be Sasha at Hell in a Cell. This match, I really don't care. Bayley's gonna beat Nikki Cross again. I would not be surprised if Alexa Bliss comes out and then goes completely psycho again with The Fiend. The Fiend's music hits and she goes into a trance, and then she hits Sister Abigail on the floor while the referee's talking to Bayley about his penis size or something. So yeah, I think Alexa will beat up Nikki, throw her into the ring, and the referee's like, "What the hell just happened?" Bayley's like, "Okay." She probably hit that 1%er type move, or the Rose Plan, or whatever she calls that damn finishing move. She probably hit that, and then 1, 2, 3, she'll retain the title, and that'll be it. And then she'll try to maybe Pillmanize Nikki, and then Sasha Banks comes out. They have a humongous brawl at the end. But then again, Sasha could cost Bayley the title. They give it to Nikki Cross. I don't see that happening. I think Sasha will probably come down. Maybe she might come down to cause havoc. And Nikki Cross maybe wins by disqualification. And then Sasha and Bayley just beat the crap out of each other. And then on Friday Night SmackDown, Sasha comes out saying that, Bayley, you just got a taste of what I can do. And it says, I want your ass inside hell in a cell and your SmackDown Women's title. I think they might hold off with Sasha announcing that it's going to be Hell in a Cell, maybe till maybe like a week or two later, and then she'll come out. They'll beat each other up the next couple weeks, and then Sasha get pissed off and say, this has to end, and it's going to end at Hell in a Cell. So you, me, SmackDown Women's Championship, Hell in a Cell. And then Bayley's like, oh shit, my title reign's about to end. And that's what's going to happen. I really think that's going to happen. Sasha versus Bayley, Hell in a Cell, which I think should not start the feud, but they really should go and have just a one-on-one street fight. And then they go, they'll take Survivor Series off to be go at it on the team. I don't know what's going to happen. And then at TLC, what you could do, you can have a tables match. You could have a chairs match because, Bayley's, wielding chairs lately. So you can have a chairs match with Sasha and Bayley. Do that. And then you can have maybe another match at the Royal Rumble, or both women enter the Royal Rumble. Actually, I don't think. Well, I think Sasha could enter the Royal Rumble, possibly win it, and then maybe go after Bayley if she still holds the title, or Bayley, vice versa. Bayley can win it and face either whoever holds the Raw Championship, Raw Women's Championship, which would probably be Shayna Baszler. She could go after Shayna. I think the logical choice would go after Sasha again, because I think this feud is going to go up past. We're going to go Hell in a Cell and then past Hell in a Cell. Probably I think might end at TLC or might end at WrestleMania. I don't know. We'll see how far it goes, but I still don't think the first match in this feud should be Hell in a Cell. I don't think it should be Hell in a Cell. It should be either a regular match or a no holds barred street fight, no disqualification match. That's what it should be. But I think it's going to be Hell in a Cell, inside Hell in a Cell, and Sasha's going to win the match, win the title, and Bayley's reign as champion at 300 close to 400 days, and then she's going to hold the belt for maybe like a month or two. Probably lose it to someone like Lacey Evans, or maybe she loses it to Alexa Bliss. I don't know, but I don't know what they're going to do with Alexa Bliss now with her this whole Sister Abigail type gimmick that she's doing with the Fiend. And who knows what's next for the Fiend? Because if you saw SmackDown last night, Alexa gave Roman that look. Maybe she's doing the Fiend's dirty work, and it'll get in Roman's head, and then the Fiend will come out and beat up Roman. Maybe after his match, or they'll do something on SmackDown this Friday night, but we'll see. And that's pretty much all I got to say about it. So yeah. So anyway, Bayley will retain over Nikki Cross. Sasha will probably come down, cause a bunch of chaos. So it could end in a DQ. I don't think the title will change hands. I think Bayley will still retain, and then I think Sasha and Bayley will happen at Hell in a Cell, and that's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from there. And wish I can. Oh, I think I can do it. Can I do it? Nah, leave it there. I don't care. I don't care what that guy's name was. He's probably a troll. I think I know who it is too. Idiots. Anyway, so we move on from there. All right, then we get to the Intercontinental title. Triple threat ladder match. Jeff Hardy, the champion. Jeff Hardy, dude! Taking on AJ Styles. And taking on the so-called real Intercontinental champion, Sami Zayn. Now, I think this is going to be match of the night. It's going to probably go 3, maybe 4 stars. Going to be lots of high-flying moves. There lots of death-defying moves. They're gonna feel it in the morning on Monday morning. I hope nobody gets seriously hurt, but this match really goes in the favor of Jeff Hardy because he's been in so many ladder matches in his career. He's being one of the originators of the TLC match. So he's got an advantage. AJ's been in a couple of ladder matches, but if you want to call Ultimate X a ladder match, but he's known to climb up a ladder or a truss, a scaffold, if you will. An Ultimate X, not Ultimate X and Evolution X, where he fought Rhino and fell off the top of the scaffold to his doom. Somehow only got up. I think broke his leg, and that was it. So AJ's been around there. Sami Zayn knows a thing or two about ladders. I mean, he's been in few ladder matches. I mean, his ladder match with Steen in PWG, where he won the PWG World Title. Then Ladder War 4 at Final Battle 2012, I believe it was. I think it was 2012, where Steen and Jericho just went completely berserk, and Steen retained the Ring of Honor Championship, which is now the new look. Well, I think that's when Steen. I think it got changed after Steen left. It changed to the way it looks now. So, Sami Zayn's been around in ladder matches. I think I was gonna say Ladder War. I think it was Ladder War 1 or Ladder War 2. It was Generico and Steen taking on I think it was the Bucks. And the night that Steen turned on Generico. So I'm saying, like I said, there's a lot of experience between all three men in ladder matches, and all three men claim they are the real world champ, the real Intercontinental champion. Kind of feels like Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels all over again from SummerSlam '88. or somewhere around there, 88, 90 something, I think, not 88, 92, 94, somewhere around there. Excuse me, too much beer. Yeah, this could go any way. Anybody can win. But I'm gonna go with Jeff Hardy to pull it out and win the double title, and then he gets forged into one title, the undisputed Intercontinental title they'll call it now. So I think Jeff Hardy will win. They probably hit maybe a swanton from the top of the ladder. You know, probably hit that patented leg drop over the ladder onto one of the guys. Maybe we'll get a Styles Clash from the top of the ladder, or from somewhere around the ladder, something like that. Maybe Sami Zayn will break out the Blade Buster. I doubt that, but it would be nice to see that. But you know, maybe he'll hit a Blue Thunder Bomb on the ladder. I don't know. It's gonna be a hellacious match, but like I said, Jeff Hardy's gonna get the win, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right. After that, we get to what? Did I miss anything? No, I didn't. No, I did not. All right. Then we get to the double main event. We're gonna start off with the WWE title in an ambulance match. We got Drew McIntyre taking on Randy Orton in his Madness Voice. You know, this is gonna be a hard-hitting match. These guys are going to beat the crap out of each other. I mean, the last few weeks where Orton punt kicking Drew not once, not twice, but 3 times, and then supposedly fracturing his jaw. And then Drew comes back like about 2 weeks later, hits not 1, not 2, but 3, I think 3 Claymore kicks, and kind of messing up Orton's jaw a little bit. And then as we saw this past week on Monday Night Raw, we saw Orton hit the RKO to Drew after doing the whole Retribution main roster ending. You know, then he stood tall with the WWE title in his hand. So this is going to come to a head, and you know, like I said at Payback, like I said at SummerSlam, I thought Orton was going to win a SummerSlam. That obviously didn't happen. Then, you know, I thought the rematch, you know, I thought Orton would win that, but I think this is the third match, you know, 3rd time's a charm. So I think Randy Orton and his Madness Voice will pick up the win, become a 14-time champion by beating Drew McIntyre, probably hitting with an RKO on top of the ambulance, and then he'll just drag his carcass. Maybe he'll RKO him through the ambulance. And both men go in the ambulance, and, you know, both men are down, and then we're like, who won? And then Orton will just slowly get out of the ambulance and gets dropped to the floor, and like ugh. And then we'll see Drew take that ambulance ride. So yeah, so I'm going to go with Randy Orton to become the champion for the 14th time, and probably hold it all the way to WrestleMania, and until Edge comes back. I think Edge will come back at the Royal Rumble, win the Royal Rumble, and then maybe he'll have to defend his title shot, maybe at the Elimination Chamber, because WrestleMania is at the end of March next year in LA, or it's going to be in Florida. Or somewhere. Maybe they're thinking maybe the Staples Center now. If they can't do Silo Field, if they could try to get the Staples Center, I doubt that. But you never know. And that's pretty much all I can say about that. So yeah, Randy Orton will win, hold the belt to WrestleMania until when Edge comes back. Edge will win the Royal Rumble and then face Orton for the belt at WrestleMania 37, and then Edge will get the win and win I think his 5th or 6th title. I forgot how many times he's held the World Heavyweight title. Or well, the WWE World titles. You know what I mean? I think he's a 5 or 6 time champ. I could be wrong. So he'll hold the belt and probably lose it to, I don't know, maybe I would say Seth Rollins, but I don't want to see him and Seth go at it. I mean, it'd be a good feud, but I just don't see that happening, but anytime soon. But we'll see. So yeah, Randy Orton will become a 14-time champion, and all that matters is him hitting a ghillie cutter on top of the ambulance, and we'll see what happens with that. So that's that. All right, then we get to what I think is going to be the main event, the last match on the show for the WWE Universal title. We got the champion Roman Reigns, Mr. Cockfist himself, along with my name is Paul Heyman by his side. He takes on the number one contender, Jey Uso, his cousin. It should be, I think it'll be, it's not going to be a great match. It'll be an okay match. The battle of the cousins. They had that whole thing last night with the Chronicles where we saw Roman's dad. We saw Sika. We saw Rikishi talking about Roman, saying he's the big dog, and talking a little bit about Jey. Jimmy Uso was on that little vignette video talking about Jey. He says he's gonna win it. He's gonna do it for his family. Jey says he wants to do it for his family and put food on his table and stuff like that. And then as we saw at the end of SmackDown last night, when Jey Uso was celebrating, he turns around and gets hit with a Superman punch by Roman. And then Roman's like, "You're not gonna take this away from me. It's like you're gonna get your paycheck and you're gonna get this ass whooping." Basically, showing his heel side, even though they want to end the heel side and let him be a tweener, which is stupid. Just let him stay as a full-fledged heel, please. He's getting over it. But I digress. So, the match should be okay, but I'm gonna go with Roman to retain. There's no way Jey Uso is gonna win the belt. No way. So Roman's gonna win. I would think he might take Hell in a Cell off. If he doesn't take Hell in a Cell off, he'll probably face maybe the Fiend at Hell in a Cell, maybe inside Hell in a Cell. So because they're gonna have two Hell in a Cell matches. So, or what they'll probably do is Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton rematch number 4 inside Hell in a Cell, and then just put Roman, out of harm's way and not let him get hurt inside Hell in a Cell. So it'll probably be the Fiend versus Roman, and what should have been happening at Payback, but that I don't believe that. I don't believe that happened, but so I don't think Roman's. I don't remember. It is what it is. So now Roman will retain. Probably if he, like I said, he may or may not be at Hell in a Cell, and if he's not, he's probably gonna be on Team SmackDown at the Survivor Series. Probably be him, maybe the Fiend, and maybe Braun Strowman will be on the team, and then maybe a couple other guys, and then Team SmackDown will probably win the match. I think Roman will be the sole survivor, like he was last year. But we'll see what happens with that, and that's it. So just to sum up. My predictions, I got Asuka beating Selena Vega to retain the World Women's Championship. I got Bobby Lashley to retain over Apollo Crews for the United States title. I got Andrade and Angel Garza to win the Raw Tag Team titles over the Street Profits. I got Jeff Hardy retaining the Intercontinental title. He'll become the undisputed Intercontinental Champion in that ladder match, which I think is going to steal the show. I got Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles over the Lucha Jobber Party. I got Nia Jax and Shayna retaining the women's tag team titles over the Riot Squad, though that could change. I don't care. I got Bayley, don't give me a hug, retaining the SmackDown women's title over Nikki Cross, but Sasha will get involved, and it could be ended a DQ. Who knows? I got Roman to retain the Universal title over Jey Uso, and I got Randy Orton to win the ambulance match and win the WWE Championship for the 14th time. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Leave me your thoughts and predictions down below in the comment section of the video. Don't forget to smash that like button to that, and also smash that subscribe button to that as well. Subscribe to this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And don't forget to friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Twitter link down below in the gobbledygook down below. And don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never, ever miss an upload. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching this video. Clash of Champions should be good. We'll see. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore. I got to take a shit. So I better go. So I'm out. Peace, bitches.